Good morning. Welcome again to my thought for the day. I woke up again this morning thinking about Ezekiel's valley of dry bones. We thought about this a few days ago, didn't we? Um, um, and I was thinking about it in a completely different way. Let me explain. I was thinking, here is this valley full of bones. All these bones, these dry bones. And when they were put together, they were a very great host, is how my Bible describes it. There were a lot of people, a lot of men, by the time all those bones had joined together and become people again. And I thought, gosh, and God didn't get any bone in the wrong place. All those people, not one of them, when he stood up and all his bones had come back together again, was missing a finger or a toe or a leg or a thigh bone. They all came together in the right order, like one massive jigsaw puzzle from lots of little bits. And my thoughts ran on to how many bones are there in one human body? And I had to look it up because I couldn't remember. 206 bones in an adult human body. Apparently in small babies they're a larger number, but some of them fuse together and become one rather than two separate bones. 206 bones. And I don't know what constitutes a very great host, a large number of people, but a large number is a large number. That's a lot of bones, all scattered about the valley. And I don't actually think that they were lying there in order, like, you know, when you watch one of these films when they've discovered a very old body buried and they lay it out on a long table and they put all the bones in the right order, relating to each other to make up the skeleton. I don't think they were all lying there just as skeletons. It was a lot of bones. I think if Ezekiel had seen skeletons, he'd have called them skeletons, but he called them bones. So why was I thinking along this line? I said, Lord, what does it mean? What should I say about these bones? And what came to mind was the thought that just as Ezekiel had to say, that the Lord said to him, can these bones live? And he said, Lord, thou knowest. When you look at your life, when you look at the situation you have to deal with, it's very complicated. There are lots of little bits to it, lots of aspects, lots of things to sort out and to remember. Your life story has been very complicated. Perhaps you've met someone who has no idea about God and they've got so many problems, so many things that need sorting out. And your instinct is, where would one start? Where would they ever be sorted out? Would God ever be able to take hold of that completely messed up situation and sort it? And the answer is yes. That however complicated, however difficult, however fragmented a person's life is, God is able to put them back together in the right order. And what is always amazing to me is when people first begin to come to faith, if I get to know them and I look at them, I think, well, the first thing that they'll have to do is stop smoking, stop drinking, stop taking drugs, stop sleeping around. All these things will have to get sorted out. But God often sorts it out in a completely different order to the order that I would do it, if I had the choice of how to sort out somebody's life. God is able to turn dry bones, bones that have no life in them, bones that are disconnected, bones that can't organize themselves, that people that have no skills at all, dropouts, useless, people that are the dregs of society, people that everyone's given up on. Even, you know, they've fallen out of school, they can't keep a job down, they can't keep a relationship going. They're all over the place. They're uncontrolled in every way. But God can put it all back in the right order. God can breathe life into those dry bones, just like he breathed life into these bones, and they all came together in the right order. It's a miracle when God sorts out something that you can't sort out. God deals with something you have no idea how there would ever be an answer. You've tried, and every time you've tried, it's not worked. It's really, you've hit a brick wall. There's nothing you can do about it. A relationship maybe that is broken and can't be mended. You've tried. Every time you've tried, it's been pushed back in your face. And then suddenly, God does something. At the right moment, he speaks and things change. You know, God has got a timing for everything. He's got the right moment for everything. The right moment to sort out the difficulty or the problem or the person or the complication or whatever it is. Sometimes the events of life overwhelm us and we have no idea how we're going to get out of the situation we've got ourselves into or we find ourselves in. Perhaps something has come out of the blue at you and you never expected it. How on earth are you supposed to react to it? What are you supposed to do? And you've never met a situation like it before. God is able. God can show you the way. God sent Jesus, who is the way. And he has many ways of telling us what the next step should be. And he's perfectly capable. Just like he was with Ezekiel. He just told Ezekiel what to do step by step. Speak to the bones. Speak to the wind. Sometimes when we're praying for somebody who's in dire need, we need to say, Lord, how should I pray? What should I speak? What should I say? We may have to speak to the enemy in the air. We may have to speak to the person's body. We may have to speak to the hindrances. We do it the way God asks us to do it. And he is able to sort out all the fragments of that situation and bring order and life where there seems to be an impossibility that anything could ever change. God is bigger than any situation we might ever face. Hallelujah. It's a good way to start a Tuesday, isn't it? Thank the Lord for his word, which speaks into every situation. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.